Ladies and gentlemen,
System loaded.
the Kelly Manno Show.
We're on a mission from God.
Is on the air.
Are there any questions before we proceed?
Radio signal from another world.
In 3,
Moment you've been waiting for.
Oh, kids, let's go.
2,
Start the show!
1.
It is the Kelly Manno Show here with my best friend Haas.
Hello.
My best friend Stephanie.
Hey.
I look like extra shit today.
That's all
right.
I'm
You're
just
so
not going to
cute.
look in the camera today because I don't
Stop
have it
it.
together.
I'm like half here.
Oh my gosh.
The other half of
guys.
me is hopped up on cold medicine. So
Cold medicine. Okay,
yeah.
so
my
I
allergies are just a wreck.
forgot to take my afternoon ADHD medication.
Oh God. So what we're saying is I'm carrying the show today.
Stephanie is carrying the
That's
show
right.
today. And
Functioning. Woo!
I'm usually so good about taking my medicine. And then
I
like,
am not.
I was driving. Well, see, I have to. Like, I physically like, cannot. I've told Stephanie when I don't take my medicine, it feels like your car in neutral, like just idling, but you just slam on the gas and you just hold it there.
All
Like,
right.
that's how my brain feels. But like according to my body, and it's a very specific feeling. And yeah. So
I just
Good
feel like I
times.
sound like Kermit the Frog.
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little
Very
bit.
nasally.
Barely.
A little bit. Do you
Yeah.
remember? I think this was during the show that Rocky had the flu really bad and he was hopped up on like Tamiflu and cold medicine. And we sent him into a job interview
Oh, no.
Yep.
and he came back out and he's like, I was like, how was the interview? He goes, you ever get that feeling that like you're floating and like the floor is lower than your feet? It's like,
Yep.
Oh, no.
I don't think you're going to get that job, buddy.
Nope.
Probably not.
Don't think you're going to get that job. You guys, you had another date this weekend.
We
We
did.
did. Yeah.
It was fun.
It was fun.
I took her to get tacos.
I'm going
Yep.
to start feeling left out.
Well, there was a reason though. It was because we did tacos and then when we went to the Battlehawks game.
Mhm.
But the reason that you couldn't go is because he's only got 2 seats.
Right. So, okay. So the Battlehawks are an XFL team here in St.
It's
Louis.
UFL.
UFL. now.
UFL.
They combined the XFL and the USFL combined into one league.
Now, is this the league that they were supposed to do whenever COVID started?
Yes.
Kept it all down.
Yep.
So they play in the old St. Louis Rams
Dome.
arena. What's it called? The Dome.
It's
Yep.
yeah, it's a dome.
And so, what is so fun about these games? Do they have good attendance? Or
They do.
set a
What's
record.
funny is the Battlehawks had as many people at their game as the rest of the entire league had last weekend.
Oh, the rest of the entire XFL league.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
So set a
Saint-
record.
There were 41,000
Oh.
people at the Dome.
Oh my God!
amazing.
For a
One game.
UFL game or
Yep.
whatever it's called.
Yep.
That's insane.
That's close to like Cardinals numbers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very much
It's
so.
more.
I
I
was
was at the
gonna
Cardinals
say-
game last night, 31,000.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
Well, the
'cause-
Cardinals are doing pretty abysmal right now.
Enterprise is usually like what 22,000 max,
18 to 22.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, there's 41,000 people, and it's a blast. It is. Let's get it out of the way. It is not NFL football.
Right.
No.
It's not.
No.
But the atmosphere is super fun. Everyone dresses up. Everyone
Wait,
chants.
like dresses up like what?
Anything from
Yeah.
birds to we saw people dressed as judges
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, like the wigs and everything. Yeah.
There's
Just
a,
like wear random costumes.
yeah.
to the game
There's
for
a
no
guy in a
reason?
full-on suit of armor, and he carries a sword, and his
Uh-huh.
name is Excalibur.
and he's a fan.
Oh yeah,
There was a guy that was hanging out by us that had like a full on like a Mexican wrestling mask,
yeah.
get up on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of wrestling, did you guys watch any of WrestleMania?
I
on
watched night 2.
night 2. Did you see Jason Kelsey come out?
I did.
That was amazing. He came out with the mask. That's
Oh,
what
did he? Oh,
That's what
nice.
made me think
Nice,
of
nice.
it. Threw
But
some guys out of the ring.
Seriously, you as a sports fan, you would love the Battlehawks. Like every time the team scores a touchdown, everyone throws streamers.
Streamers. It was so fun. Oh
Wait,
my
where
God,
do
I
you
had
get the
best time.
streamers?
Party
You
City,
can just buy it.
$1 a roll.
Wait. So I have to bring my own streamers to the game? Is that how it works?
Yeah, you
it's
do, but
$1 a roll.
Well, no, I don't care. I just
Yeah.
want to be prepared.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
go to Party City. You buy blue or white. Then when they score a touchdown, you just heave it.
You just heave the whole roll. And
Yeah,
like,
like
hold on to
Put
one
one of
end
it
of
around
it.
your wrist and then heave it so it leaves the whole
Yeah.
rainbow.
Okay, so how many times do they score? Because how many?
4 or 5.
Yeah, it was
I think
like
we
three-
bought
at least
6
3 or 4,
rolls
yeah.
and we used 5 of them.
How do people clean it up as the game goes?
They don't.
Yeah. Sometimes they get recycled, you're throwing them ahead of you. So like somebody's
Yeah.
picking it up, after and throwing it again.
Oh, that makes sense.
The only rule, it's not an official rule, is they ask you don't throw it on the field.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Rocky went to I have not been to a Battlehawks game, and I have not been to the St. Louis City soccer game.
I haven't been
I
to a
haven't
city
been to
game
the
either.
Yep.
So
that'd be fun.
my son went to the city
Let's
game.
go to that.
Yeah, well, he said that he had a blast, but that
Nobody sits.
Yes. And he said they don't sit. And he said that there's a fan section that literally chants the entire game without a break.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
And the fan section, the seats are bolted up, so you can't sit down even if you wanted to.
Yeah. So do they have old people seats though too?
Upper level.
Sweet.
Mm,
Let's go. I mean, like,
I would love to.
yeah.
I think they're out of town the next couple weeks. I was looking.
No.
Our goalie is hot. Have you seen our goalie?
No.
Oh my God, he's so hot.
He was
Show me.
goalie of the year last year, I think.
He's hot ass of the year.
Sure.
It's every time I see like a game on and see him all sweaty with those big gloves.
Sweaty with big gloves. All right. Well,
All right.
I'm gonna look this up. All right.
It works. So we had here in the Midwest, we had a full total eclipse,
Mhm.
solar eclipse on Monday.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you guys go see it?
I stood out in my backyard.
Same.
Now, were you guys here for 2017?
Yes.
So you guys have already seen one.
Mhm.
See, I didn't get to see that one.
Where were you?
I was in Minnesota.
What?
I was with the Backuses on their ranch doing something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like because I remember thinking like, okay, well maybe in Minnesota and no, we couldn't see anything.
Bummer.
Yeah.
So and I was sad because of all things, I don't like a lot of book smart things, but I am kind of a sky nerd. Like that, like
Yeah.
really, you get the whole like, oh my God, we're on a floating rock kind of thing.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. It's very surreal.
Yes, and then okay, hang on, because with my ADD, this chair squeaking is not going to
I was just about to like wonder
No,
when that was gonna
no,
start annoying the hell out of you.
No, okay. So what was I talking about?
The
Eclipse.
eclipse.
So I wanted to see the whole thing. I didn't want to miss anything. So I drove to Red Bud, Illinois,
Okay.
which was like an hour and 15 minutes
Yeah.
for me. It
Yep.
was so much fun. They only had like an hour or a minute of the totality. They didn't have the 4 minutes like the other places, but because it was a lot shorter, like
Mhm.
not as many people went there.
Nice.
Yes.
I did have an issue.
Okay. You didn't have glasses, did
I-
you?
No, I had classes. Um,
Did you get lost?
no,
Good ways. You know, she never gets
no,
lost.
I didn't get lost. I didn't forethink the bathroom situation.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Wait,
Were you in the middle of the woods?
there wasn't like a gas station or something nearby?
So there's nothing in Red Bud. There's
No, there's things.
okay. So when I was leaving the house, like I'm very aware of my small bladder.
We need to get you a shiwi.
Oh god.
Yes, we do. When you hear this
Yeah.
story, you're gonna die. So when I left the house, I thought, man, I don't know where I'm gonna be because I wasn't going to, like a festival or anything. Like my whole
Right.
goal was to just drive somewhere and pull over.
Yeah.
And I kind of like glanced and made sure I'm like, okay, I got a cup in my car if I have to pee because I have tiny bladder. Not my first rodeo peeing in a car. Like
Sure.
not a big
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I get down there. First of all, on my way down, I've got to pee so bad, and I'm looking for anywhere to pee, and I finally come across like a Dollar General. It was like seeing water in the desert. I was like, yes, I got, So I thought I was safe, and then I get to the actual eclipse thing, and I pulled over, and I was by myself for a long time, and then all of a sudden, everybody was like, "Oh, she got a good spot. We're gonna come over there with her," which was cool
That's
because
fine, yeah.
I got to meet strangers and stuff. But I was literally like across was a field, and I was parked in like an industrial plant like parking lot.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I knew it was coming. It's like, I'm going to have to pee. I've got that cup, but I'm surrounded by people. So all the cars were just lined up, and my back windows are tinted, but the people parked next to me were sitting in the bed of their truck.
Oh, great.
So they were in the bed of their truck, which lined up with the back seat of my car. So I'm like, the only way I'm going to be able to do this is to pee in the front seat. Like, there's no way.
Go on.
So because nobody was really in my line of sight of my front seat. Everybody was like kind of like by their trunks and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And honest God, if somebody sees me peeing in my car, like take a picture. I don't
Yeah, whatever.
Right,
like
yeah,
this is
exactly.
part of life.
Yeah.
So
I gotta
I whip out my handy dandy cup
Oh, no.
and
Yep.
and I like scooted my seat back and down and like put the wheel thing up, and I sit on the little solo cup and start peeing, and my weight just crushes it.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
That was the only one.
Well, that was the only cup in the car, and so I literally crushed the cup mid pee, and like at that point, there's no going back. You can't like.
Yeah, you can't
Oh.
put that back in the bottle.
So I'm like, oh my God, I have to finish peeing. So I had just bought Pringles at Dollar General.
Dump them bitches out.
Oh god.
I didn't even get to eat one of them.
No.
No, throw the Pringles out on your seat.
Oh, but my seat's disgusting. My car's like a
Yeah.
homeless person. I chucked, and the way that the Pringles like rolled out of the can, like all in unison, it was like a pretty wave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I got the Pringles can underneath me. And
I
then-
appreciate the body motion that you guys watching online
Illustration of
didn't
that.
just
Yeah.
get to see. That was fantastic.
And so I'm peeing and I'm feeling like all of this relief, right? I'm like, oh, thank God, this was so worth it. I don't care who sees me pee, blah, blah, blah. And I pull the Pringles can out and I
Oh, no.
try to check out my work. And I'm like, there's nothing in here. Oh no.
No. Did you miss?
I missed the whole. And, oh no. And then I like sat down and I was like, oh my God, I just peed in my seat and sat in it. I have pictures for you guys.
This is where if we could rewind the world like 3 weeks and we had the talk about why can't Kelly get a second date. This might
this might
play into it.
you know what? Like if somebody doesn't want to date me because I peed in my car on the eclipse, then so be it.
You know, I would think somebody that actually wanted to date you would appreciate this.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so.
Also, let's just have this sidebar real quick because we're
Yeah.
all getting of that age.
Yeah. So hang on. This entire dark spot is pee.
Perfect.
Pass it over to Haas. Like
Wow.
like it's not a little bit.
you legit said
I
it. Look
sat
at
in
your
my own-
face.
That was
your
a video of me
face.
trying to see like
Can you see it
how
now?
bad it was.
That's magic.
Hold on,
Th-
let me
Yeah.
let's get the full.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's magic.
So then
You
I
rivaled Fergie.
I would show the camera, but
Oh my god.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe
No, it's
we
Frank's only
should all just start like have an emergency pair of Depends in the car
Well,
for like road trips and stuff. I'm telling you, man, there have been times.
Or just emergency, empty Gatorade bottle.
yes.
Yeah.
Wait, hey, no, I couldn't make it in a Pringles can and they got a wide mouth. I don't know what I did wrong.
I'm just saying.
I'm for real. Your next birthday or Christmas, I'm going to buy you a Shiwi.
That would be
there you
amazing.
go.
That would be amazing. But I just
I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
I have a friend who hikes and she bought one and she's like, it's something that I never thought I would want.
But then you
But the first time I used it, I was like, where has this been my
Oh, I'll start using it for fun. I'll be doing yard work and
Write your name in the snow this winter?
yeah. It's literally one of the only things a man can do that I can't is write
Yeah.
his name in the snow with his pee. So
I know. I mean, there's new TikTok ideas abound.
it really is.
I don't know
So
if they come in sizes or not, but I'll do the research.
yeah. I sat in the pee and then I had a pair of pants in the car that I could have changed into, but it was getting ready to be the eclipse. It was like time.
Uh-huh.
But I had car seat covers on my car, so I ripped that off.
Smart.
And then I soaked up the pee with a towel because I had a towel in there. And then I had Lysol wipes. Somehow I was like completely prepared for this situation. Don't ask me how.
Good for you.
Wow.
Cleaned the whole seat, put down a blanket, and I was fine. But then I was like, I need to change into my pants. You guys know I don't wear underwear, right?
Yeah.
Where was I going to do that?
In the back
In
seat
the
of your
back
car?
seat?
But the people in the bed of the truck.
I mean, unless
your
you're
windows are
standing-
tinted.
Yeah, unless you're standing up and actually pressing your ass cheeks to the window, how are they going to see
I was
that?
I was also insecure about them seeing me come out of my car in a different pair of pants and that everybody would know I peed in my pants.
Well,
Well,
whatever.
you're really thinking way too far into it at that point.
I guess so.
I mean,
I wasn't planning on telling that story today, but that's what happens whenever I don't take my medicine.
right on.
I feel better now that I said it
I'm
though.
into it.
Because like I texted my kids and told them about it, but then that was where the story ended until now. Do you remember what the sidebar was before I
We should start traveling with like Depends
oh
for like long road trips and stuff because you never know.
you know, there were so many things I could have done differently, but I really thought that I was making it in that Pringles can.
I'm just proud of you because I think 5 years ago Kelly would have been like, "Yeah, I peed in the car and then I had nothing to watch, but there was a stray dog, so I just used the dog to mop up the pee."
I did not use the string. I had everything I needed, but I just, yeah.
Mom car for the win.
Right? I mean, it really sounded like I was peeing in the can. I still to this minute don't know what I did wrong.
Mom car, she has the same car I do.
It is a
I
mom
meant
car.
but it's equipped.
Okay.
My car is a mom car. And also, like, because my car is so dirty all the time with like homeless people living in it, pretty much, like the world could end tomorrow. I could live in my car for 2 weeks and like field a hockey team. So if there's like ever the apocalypse, like
Yeah.
you all with clean cars are screwed.
Damn it.
Come-
I wouldn't call my car clean.
Come find people like me because I will be prepared and ready to go. Yeah. Pissed my
If
pants.
there's a second apocalypse, do you think they'd call it the two apocalypse?
That would be amazing. I'd be here for it. Speaking of the eclipse, okay, so I'm gonna try.
Don't shake. That was a good one. Don't shake your head at me.
I have to. I have to.
That was
is
good.
This is my favorite headline
I'm
of
gonna
the
get away
week.
with that.
And
Alright.
this is a real story. This is not because I saw the video. Mexican TV outlet accidentally airs man's testicles during solar eclipse coverage.
What?
I heard about this.
No.
A Mexican news outlet is being ridiculed online after it accidentally aired a man's testicles when presenting the viewer submitted photos of the April 8th eclipse.
Yeah, someone forwarded me this video.
Oh, an anchor was listing the cities of where the eclipse could be seen, and they were showing sent in viewer footage.
Oh no.
Well,
When on the screen presented, it cut to a man blocking out a lamplight with his testicles.
yeah. The sad thing is, those viewers didn't get to see the eclipse, but they did see Uranus.
Those stories are my favorite. And what if you're the guy who sent it in? Because you know how old Gen X are. We're fucking dinosaurs.
I know they're gonna be with just your glasses. What is that?
Those are balls.
But what if the guy who sent in the video really thought he was sending in his video of the eclipse, and he
No, there's no way.
No, yeah, you knew exactly what he was
I
doing.
have seen this video, and that's a dude who's like, I'm gonna send my balls in
But
it.
have you ever gone to upload an attachment from your laptop and you try to remember the image or video number and it doesn't have a thumbnail? So I'm like, I think it was this one.
This one, yeah.
Plead
Because
the fifth.
in in my brain, how it played out was a guy thought he sent his video of the eclipse to the news and then told his family, hey, watch the news because I sent in a video of my eclipse.
Hey, you're giving too much credit here.
No.
And then when he's watching it live, he sees his own balls on the screen. That would be the greatest.
Mom, my eclipse is gonna be on TV.
Did they put his name on it and everything?
Probably. I'm sure they did.
Wow.
Because they were reading off the list of cities, where the pictures were coming from and stuff.
Oh,
And it just, it was my favorite story of the week. And
that's amazing.
yeah, it made me so happy. I love that is the only reason that we should still have live news is for stuff like that, because I went and watched the anchor's reaction, but they're speaking in Spanish. So I didn't know what they were saying.
Right. They always sound excited.
Right. They always sound like it's the same. Yeah. The monotone, not monotone, but hell, I don't know. I just don't speak Spanish. That's all there is to it. So I don't know how they were reacting, but I did see the balls, and it was just his balls covering a lamp. It was amazing. Where's P. Diddy?
Not in the States and not in jail.
That's true.
You think Kesha is regretting her lyric at this point?
Maybe. I think Kesha regrets a lot of her lyrics. Brushing her teeth with cheddar cheese, or what does she talk about? What goes on? Brush my teeth.
Bottle of Jack.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth with a butter.
It's close.
Cheddar cheese, bottle of Jack. They really sound the same.
Yeah. Both just roll right off the tongue.
I mean, I'm really enjoying Unhinged Kelly today. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Unhinged Kelly also had a really shitty 2 days. And do you know what? Have you ever been where you're in such a bad mood, or you're so sad, or something so bad that you just catch the second wind of
Yeah.
of just
Yes.
absolute ridiculousness, not give a fuck what. That's exactly where I am right now.
1,000,000%.
I'm so delirious with not giving.
I know. I am here for it.
Okay. I am taking my medicine next week. Now, Hoss and I, when we did this show back from 2015 to 2020, Hoss and I did a very well-known and highly ridiculed show where we each took an Ambien.
Yep.
We took a full, this was a big Ambien.
Yeah.
Because
and
we
then
had to get
fought
them
it.
from some, they weren't our Ambien. We had to get them illegally.
An undisclosed source.
An undisclosed source. So we each took a big ass Ambien. We fought the sleep for an hour. We played SpongeBob Connect 4. Do you remember
Yes,
that?
I do.
Oh,
And then we went live on the air.
yeah.
And I just remember your mom was there because she's
You're not driving home.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you're coming to Kelly's.
right, yeah. Because you could have just had a slumber party, but then I didn't remember a lot. I just remember the next show had to start with apologies.
Yeah.
Remember? Because I said that
We were talking about the Olympics or something. Any old Becky could throw a ball through the shot put.
I said something really not nice about shot putting people.
Uh-huh.
I said something unfortunate about I don't even remember. I think those shows have been wiped from.
I would kill to have the disclaimer from your uncle.
Oh my God, I still have it somewhere.
Billy and Hoss are dumb as
shit.
hell.
Dumb
Yes.
as hell.
Because they're like, you know, we were trying to like, are we gonna get sued if we like don't put a disclaimer up there?
Yeah.
And so, God,
Was this the same uncle that ran his car into the insurance office?
yes, rest in peace, Uncle Mike. He passed away. God, it's been 4 or 5 years now, but
Wow.
he's the same one who went to go pay his car insurance bill and crashed into the building. It's like-
Magic. That dude was money.
so he's like, here's my bill and my copay for what I just did.
You're gonna raise my rates.
Speaking of raising rates, guess what I did? You guys are gonna hate me.
I
You're
don't
gonna hate
know.
me so much.
Wait, what?
Remember when I went to Iowa and I got 3 speeding tickets?
Yeah,
from
yeah.
LA? So I was coming home from Iowa with my daughter from a hockey tournament and just driving down Iowa, like nothing but cornfields. I was going like 12, 13 miles over the speed
Sure.
limit. And I got a
As you do in
ticket
Iowa.
from a Missouri State Trooper.
Okay.
Deserved it, whatever. I was going like 12 miles over. Took my ticket, kept driving home. 2 weeks later, I get 2 tickets in the mail. One from like a county in Iowa and one from somewhere else. They were photo speeding tickets from the same day. They shouldn't be able to triple dip like that. Like you already
Well,
got
it's different states.
Yeah.
exactly. And so if you remember, I came in here and I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I don't have the bandwidth to deal with like a lawyer from each place to
Sure.
like fix it or whatever. So then I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna pay them all. So I just paid all 3 speeding tickets. And then I got a phone call from my insurance.
Oh,
Oh no.
Let's just say I'm still insured,
Ugh,
but my
barely?
rates are higher than Rocky's.
I told
Oh.
you should have called one of those traffic law centers and have them fix it.
I know
At
you
least the
did.
Missouri one.
I know. I got mad one day and just thought, fuck it, I'm just paid all. Just my
Ugh.
impulse
Ugh.
took over. I didn't want to call and talk to lawyers.
Your intrusive thoughts took over.
My intrusive thoughts took over, and I
Mm.
told myself like maybe the insurance won't see it.
Oh no, they'll see it.
Maybe they won't see
absolutely
it.
they will see it.
Well, and I know my insurance lady. So she's like, Kelly, what did you do? Like, she's trying to like redo our rates. And she's like, yeah, Kelly has to be on her own policy
Mhm.
because like she's barely insurable, not barely insurable, but like on the borderline.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
And I'm a good driver.
I know.
I'm a good, I don't drive fast.
You really are a good driver.
Yes.
I don't know. I think the evidence right now would point to the contrary of you don't drive fast.
Listen, I was going, I don't think I've ever in my life gone more than 15 miles over the speed limit ever. I don't drive in the fast lane. I drive in the middle lane. I just, I'm never in a hurry because
Sure.
I'm just always late everywhere. So I don't care.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'm already going to be late and it just, good Lord. I'm just confessing all of my,
It's all right.
I know. That's why I'm enjoying. Kelly today.
what are you guys watching right now? Netflix, Hulu, anything?
Yep.
I got
all of the
nothing to
above.
watch. Nothing.
All of the above.
Nothing to watch.
Honestly, not a lot of really anything. I'm a game show dude.
What?
Yeah, like I'm hooked on this new version of Deal or No Deal where they've combined it
The
with
Island?
basically Survivor.
The island
What?
one?
So they brought back Deal or No Deal, but it's called Deal or No Deal Island. The
Mm.
first half of the show is like Survivor style games.
Yeah.
And then if you finish in the bottom, you have to play Deal or No Deal. If you make a good deal, you stay and you pick someone else to get thrown off the island. If you make a bad deal, your ass is out.
Can you-
Wow.
I just wanted to hear that production meeting where they're like, well, we're out of ideas.
I tell you
no
what,
kidding.
when I first
Let's
read it, I
just
was like,
smush
this
these-
is dumb. And then I watched it. I'm all in.
Let's
Wow.
smush these two together.
By the way, this is your show.
It is?
Yes.
But I can't do Survivor stuff. Are they actually like there for a long time or is it just like little
I don't
games?
know how. I mean, I'm sure they were there for probably a week.
When
And then
I-
they just, chop it up. But
Is it actually Survivor where they have to like survive or are they like putting them up?
I mean, they don't show you where they're staying.
No.
Okay.
I mean, they
But they're
make it
pretty-
look like they're in like huts on the beach, but
But they're pretty clean.
probably not. They're pretty clean.
When so you guys might remember a couple years ago, I think it was a COVID year maybe, or 2021, one of the two, I made it really far in the Big Brother casting,
Yeah.
like really far. I had made it through. I mean, it was down to 30 days before the show was going to start airing and I was still doing interviews. And they ended up not using me. They ended up cutting me. But then the guy was like, hey, can I pass your info onto our Survivor casting director? Because they always
You're
cross
like,
promote.
nope.
I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And
Nope.
That's a no.
He's like, really? He's like, we already have so much tape on you that it would be so easy to you would skip all the early rounds of auditions, and I could give you straight to our. You're a great personality. We just don't have the room for you on this show, but you'd be. I'm like, what part of Back to the fucking Movie not
Yeah.
don't understand?
Yeah, like,
One of the
that's a hot
guys on
pass.
Deal or No Deal Island has been on Survivor like 2 or 3 times.
There's
This
no
dude,
way.
Boston Rob.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
he's on
yeah.
it.
Wow.
God, he was on like back in the day when Survivor started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a huge show in the beginning.
Yeah.
I can't believe those shows are still like going and making like
Survivor's still on.
Yeah.
And,
and
American Idol.
Yep.
mhm.
Oh, I watched Masked Singer. That's the other one I watch religiously.
Yes, I have been watching it.
I've been a day one with that show.
So I started with that show and I loved it, but then the impulse took over and I would just go online after every episode and find out who the people were, like in the Reddit blogs and
Yeah.
stuff, because I
Yeah.
don't have the discipline to not do it.
Sure.
So now it's no fun. Who's the biggest celebrity they've had on there?
Oh man.
I know T-Pain won the first.
T-Pain won the first one. I mean, they had Lil Wayne on. They had Cisco just got eliminated this last week.
Wow.
Wow.
Little Wayne's big. Like that's a
Yeah, he was a first week out too.
holy cow.
Wow.
They've had Sarah Palin. No, Sarah Palin was on a
Sarah
different
Palin.
show. They've had a
Singing
lot
show?
of big people. There was a show that was new this year. I can't remember what it was on, but it was like you bring your famous celebrity on,
Oh.
and she was someone's famous celebrity,
Like a who do you know kind of thing.
sort of. Yeah.
Mm.
But the biggest name so far this year, I think Cisco was on it. Kevin Hart was on it this year.
Kevin Hart, he's
Yeah.
like an A-list celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, this is season 10, season 11. They're getting big names.
Wow.
No, they really are.
I'm pretty sure someone who damn near got eliminated last week is Shania Twain.
Oh, really?
wow.
I'm almost positive.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, now I gotta watch. How many monsters and stuff are they down to? Or how many costumes?
I think they're down to like 7.
Okay, that's a
Oh,
good
that's
number.
Still a good number. Yeah. That's.
It's hard for me to watch
Pretty
from the
new.
beginning when there's like so many.
Right.
Once they whittle it down a little bit, my brain starts understanding it more.
Nicole Scherzinger
Scherzinger.
is off of it this year. I guess she's not a judge because she's doing a production of Moulin Rouge in France.
Is Jenny McCarthy
Judy
still on it?
McCarthy's still there.
Is it Howie Mandel? And then
No.
no.
It's
the Taiwan guy or the Chinese guy
Kim
from The
Jong,
Hangover?
and
Mhm.
then Robin Thicke, and then they brought in who's the new 4th judge?
Did you know that
Rita something.
Rita Ora,
That's it.
the Chinese guy, what's his name?
Kim Jong. He's a legit pediatrician.
Did you guys know that he
Yeah,
had a
I read that.
prosthetic wiener in The Hangover?
I'm not surprised.
I'm
I've-
so sad. My favorite part of that movie is when he jumps out butt naked with that little bitty wiener flopping
You
around.
wanna make a fuck on me?
Yes,
Yeah, that movie is great.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
that is my like go-to like bad mood movie. Like it's just one of the best movies ever. I love it, love it, love it. But yeah, prosthetic wiener.
That's very
Nothing
similar
in
to a
life
few
is
Vegas
real
trips for me.
anymore. Nothing in life is real anymore. Damn it.
Sorry.
It's gonna be an AI wiener next.
True.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like
Green screen that.
we are talking about we're gonna talk about a court case here in a minute. So we're gonna like shift directions from prosthetic wieners to murder.
Yep.
But
Real fast.
I was talking about how with the developments of AI and how they can make you look like you're in a video that you're not in, or can make you say something you didn't say.
There is a
Big.
proposed law on the books for November in Missouri about all these deep fakes, and
Yeah.
it's on there because of the Taylor Swift porn deep fakes that came out
Yeah.
during the playoffs.
Oh.
Well, here's what's going to happen though. How are our criminal courts going to go forward? Because you can make a video that makes somebody looks like they were somewhere they weren't.
Oh yeah,
You can make them say that, you can make them confess something that they never confessed to.
Yep.
Yep.
Because it's just an audio recording. So like we are going into dangerous territory where someone is going to go to jail and probably be put to death over like a complete AI video.
Well, I would imagine that there's some way to, and maybe you would be the expert on this since you're the computer person.
Mm.
There's got to be a way that you can, go back through a computer file and figure out, is that really what I'm seeing, or was that digitally?
You would think
Manipulated.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to nowadays anyway, there's ways to like detect, altered video and altered photos and whatnot, but like they're getting better.
they're
and
getting better. That's
They're getting better and better. And pretty soon it's going to be there's going to be almost no way to tell.
That's what I'm.
Has
yeah.
everyone seen the video of Gary Busey talking about buttered sausage
No. Was it
No.
recent?
last year or so? It kind of went viral.
It's
Gary. It's basically a video of Gary Busey being Gary Busey
Sure.
crazy,
Yeah.
except it's not really Gary Busey.
It's not.
No.
It's a radio guy somewhere in Alabama, I think, who could do a dead-on impression.
Does
And
it
they
look like
recorded.
him, or-
Nope, they recorded his voice and then deep faked Gary Busey's face on top of him.
Wasn't there a guy on TikTok?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
There's a
that
guy-
was doing Tom Cruise.
Yeah. And he looks just like him. Just
Yeah.
like him. But I think he was using a fake face too. But his was so similar. Just you can't.
Tom Cruise has a tooth in the middle of his face, and I can't unsee it.
Yeah, no, he does.
Mhm.
And it's a little bit longer, right? Than the
Yeah.
other teeth. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
How,
right.
how did he get considered so hot? Maybe
Top Gun.
He was more. Yeah, he was. Hot.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's the
When he
it's
was
the
really-
role
It's the volleyball scene in Top Gun
Top Gun and The Color of Money.
and the risky business.
and Cocktail.
Underwear dancing.
Yes, Cocktail.
Okay. So switching gears to the Apple River killings,
All right.
which I am a bit of a crime junkie. So I've known about this case for a while. I did not know how crazy it was.
Where is Apple River, by the way?
I forgot. I knew you were going to ask me
All
that.
right.
It's somewhere in the United States.
Perfect.
It's around here somewhere.
Is it here or is it southern?
What you want to Google it?
Stand by. Do the Googles.
Joe.
Talk amongst
Google.
yourselves.
Joe.
So I'm usually really good at having opinions on cases, and this is one that I am just kind of like all over the place with.
Yep.
So
Wisconsin.
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 So I'm going to kind of tell you guys what you're going to see before I play it because I don't like to just show people scary things and not warn them. So there's a
scary.
it's a very hard video to watch. There's a guy. So they're on a river, right? They're floating down the river in
Big
the
float
inner
trip.
tubes.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's
Which, if you're not from the Midwest, let's explain what a float trip. floating-
Everybody gets a bunch of inner tubes.
Mhm.
They tie them together,
Mhm.
sometimes, mostly.
Yeah.
And you let the current float you down the river while you get hammered.
Hammered.
I haven't been on a float trip in a long
Long time.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But
Been a hot minute.
that's something we do in the Midwest. And so
It's fun on a weekend in the summer.
this video is
is.
complete chaos. And what you have to know from the beginning, whenever we watch this, is that this is not all one group. This is several different groups on the river that all came together.
Yes.
Which happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, this video is the fight part, but so they were all kind of spread out. And so the guy who's on trial for murder, Nikolai, he's like Russian or something.
Oh, okay.
He's got a pretty thick accent. I don't know. Anyway, his friend dropped his phone in the water, and they all had those lanyards on, like you wear to Six Flags. It's like clear plastic.
Yep.
But there's like a flotation device, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So his friend was like, I dropped my phone. I don't know where it is. And so this guy, Nikolai, was like, I'm going to go look downstream because he didn't know how long he'd had it or whatever. So when the video opens, it is this guy, Nikolai, approaching this group of inner tubers, and we have no idea what had just happened before.
Right. We have no context for what happened
Right.
before this
Now,
video starts.
he's got his snorkel and his goggles in his hand. And what we were told is that he was using his goggles and snorkel to look under the water, trying to see under these kids' inner tubes.
Right.
Because there was a group of about
There's a lot of inner tubes together. There's like 10 or so.
yeah,
yes.
they were tied, like
Yeah.
tied or rope tied or something.
Mhm.
Bungee
together.
corded.
And so the tubes he's looking under are this young group of kids, probably like 5 of them. They're all like 16, 17 years old.
Are they that young?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the kid who died was 17.
Oh, but
And this is the part of the video that is just going to make you want to claw your face off because these kids are just, regardless of the outcome of the situation,
Yeah.
these kids will disappoint you in the like humanity.
You should, we should also disclaim, because I don't know if is the video going to be seeable to people watching or just us?
No, everybody watching is going to.
All right. This is graphic.
Yeah,
very
no,
graphic.
and that's why I'm kind of describing it first, because
Yeah.
that way, if people don't want to watch it, they can still understand the conversation.
Yeah.
Yep.
So old guy Nikolai comes up to the tubes and he's looking for this, but he doesn't really say anything. It looks kind of creepy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. On the video, he doesn't say anything, but we don't know if he said anything to them beforehand. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. We have no context of what happened, if there was any interaction between this guy and these kids before this video got turned on.
Yep.
And so these kids go into instant asshole mode. I mean, it is
Instant,
it is
yes.
everything that is wrong with today's youth.
Yep.
I have kids and they have friends, and I can confidently say none of my my kids or their close friends would ever act the way these kids did. They started laughing and making fun of him. They started mocking him. They started pushing him. They started punching them. The guy holding the camera starts screaming like, hey, we have a raper over here. This guy's a raper. He's trying to look at little girls. Somebody come help, help, help. There's a raper. But that had nothing to do with the situation.
Right.
Nope.
But because he was yelling that, then
People come.
another group of people come over, right? And they're kind of younger too. And these kids are going, this guy's a raper. This guy looks at little girls. And so then the other people are getting pissed off and like amped up, right?
Yeah.
And
It's complete mob mentality.
it's mob mentality. It's 13 on 1. Okay. That was like shown in the court. It's 13 on 1. They're pushing him down. They're punching him.
Yeah, he gets full smacked in the face.
Yeah, he gets smacked in the face while he's on the ground.
Mhm. In the water. Like
mhm.
in the
Yeah,
water.
they're
And
in the river while this is going.
yes. And this is maybe like not even knee deep water.
Right.
Maybe knee deep water at this point when he gets knocked down because he's like sitting in the water, but he's not submerged, right?
Right.
Right. No, I mean that had to hurt. Like
Yeah.
if you fall on rocks that with that little water.
Right.
So anyway, so it came out. I watched the whole court case. There was closing arguments today. He pulls out a pocket knife. And it's been confirmed that he was asked to bring a pocket knife from his friend on the trip. His ex-wife was also on the trip because they wanted him to bring a pocket knife to tie off the ropes or cut the
Mhm.
tubes at the end of the day to cut them apart.
Yep.
This guy has no violent history, no prior criminal felonies, nothing like that. They even his ex-wife took the stand and said, not a violent person. Like he's my ex, but not violent. So he pulls out this little pocket knife and he starts stabbing the kids. And this is where the video gets really shaky. Apparently what sets it all off is there's a girl in his face. It's like your typical loudmouth. I'm proud to be a bitch.
Yep.
Mhm.
I'm going to show off for everybody. This girl's in his face and you don't see it, but some people claim he punched her and some people claim that he just pushed her back. I think he says he pushed her back. But anyway, that part was when it all erupted because then those kids start yelling, oh my God, he just hit a girl. He just hit a girl. And that's when they all start attacking him.
Yeah.
He pulls out the pocket knife and he is stabbing everyone who comes at him. The only problem is that it's happening so fast and the knife is so small because the pocket knife, nobody really knows that there's a stabbing going on.
Yeah.
I will tell you that the kid in the yellow shorts that you're going to see, he lives, but you see him lunge at the guy and you can kind of see his hand go in and go up. He was disemboweled.
He slit him.
He was slit from literally like chest to belly button, wide open. Was
You
like,
can see it because there's blood everywhere.
Yeah,
yes.
blood.
So you can see all
He
the
falls backwards into
Yes.
the water. Yeah.
He's literally holding his intestines inside of his body. Now, you can't see it that graphically. You can just see a kid in the water and a lot of blood, and that kid does live. Everyone lived except for one kid who got stabbed, like it nicked like an artery in his heart, and he was like dead instantly.
Yeah.
So then the video goes to all of these kids being, traumatized by what's going on, and the Nikolai guy walks away. And he
which he should have done in the very beginning.
So that's one thing we're going to talk about for sure. And then this is where he starts, screwing up in my opinion, but shit. If I had just been in that situation, he throws the knife in the woods and leaves the scene. So with that being said, let's go ahead and play the video. I think it's about 2.5, 3 minutes long. So Joe, I'll let you know if I want to cut it at any point, but this is the video. Again, it's graphic. It's hard to watch, but definitely topic worthy.
What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? Get away from us. What? What's going on with y'all homie? He's on camera. Tripping. He's on 4K. Yo, the new iPhone got that good quality. What do you say? Yeah, what the hell? Who is this? Yes. For the culture. Who is that? For the culture. Who is that? Who the hell is this?
So he's getting ready to take out the knife.
Bro, it doesn't matter. He said he was looking for little girl. He said he was looking for little girl. You're looking for little girl? Yeah. That's exactly what he said. Weirded us out. I even have that part on camera. Did I? Some young ass kid. What the hell is this guy's problem, bro? We're trying to have fun. He's gonna call you. He's gonna claim you. We don't want this motherfucker.
All right, so now the knife is out. Yeah. The Kenyell Shorts just got stabbed.
He ain't a woman. He ain't a woman. You ain't a woman. He ain't a woman.
See, I only really see him stab the dude in the yellow shorts.
He stabs 5 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see like
All right, we can go ahead and stop it there.
you can see like one kid come at me kind of like a couple times like
Yeah.
Most of them were just straight puncture wounds. It was
Yeah.
only the kid
Because
that
he fell backwards as he stabbed him, so he was falling
right.
up.
And so first of all, how do you raise kids that horrible?
Well, let's go further back than that.
Okay.
You don't see how he approached the kids, and that is not condoning the behavior of the kids.
Right.
But I would like to know what he said to them as he was walking up. If he was like, "Hey, one of my buddies lost a phone. Do you mind if I look under your inner tubes?" Or like in this video, you just see him like
he kind of charged
rushing
at them.
them.
Yeah,
Right.
he did. He kind
So,
of charged at them.
From that standpoint, I can see why the kids would be like, "What the hell is this?"
Well, I
guy
can see
doing?"
why they would mouth off to an extent.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, that said, when there's that many people against one person, and I don't care if it's 6 inches of water, you can drown in not a lot of water.
Yeah.
When they're pushing him down and they're kicking him and they're punching him, that is fight or flight and self-defense mode. I'm not saying that he should be stabbing people, but at the same time, if it's 13-on-1 and you're fearing for your life, you're going to do what you're going to do.
I mean,
There's fault on both sides.
I agree. I do see fault on both sides. But again, he's not somebody who carried a knife every day. So I am a conceal and carry. So when you choose to carry a firearm, you are making a decision every day that something could happen where you could possibly end someone's life.
Sure.
And you take it seriously and you train for this and you get in the mental capacity for it. He just brought a knife to cut the inner tubes. Like he never brought that to hurt anyone.
That's irrelevant though.
But I think it is because it's not like he was carrying it for protection. He brought it for a friend.
It was a pocket knife. It was not a self-defense
tiny.
knife. Yeah.
Right. And I think that he went into fight or flight. He thought, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. These kids won't
I will
back
say
off.
this.
These kids won't leave me alone. I gotta do something.
I didn't hear that guy say a single word in the entire video.
No, so English is not his first language, but he speaks it pretty decently. So I don't know. Maybe he was drunk.
I would say that everyone in that video was drunk.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. I was like, was he wasted? Had he been drinking? Was he influenced at all?
Where were his friends?
So they were on their inner tubes, kind of making their way over once they saw how bad it was getting. But
okay,
if you watch the video again, there's a point in the middle where he does kind of walk away. He walks further away from them.
Right.
And he's still standing, like kind of looking at the water with his back to them.
Yes.
Because he's still looking for the phone and they're still, but they kind of rush up behind him and keep it going. So
I'm not sure if I'm in a group of people and someone in my group is a person who English is not their first language, if that's the person I'm sending to go look for things.
Right. And apparently, I mean, the guy who lost his phone, he's having all kinds of, problems with guilt and whatever else.
Yeah.
And so, so Stephanie's point of he should have walked away, that was kind of one of the first things I thought. But then what I thought was I don't think those kids would have let him walk away.
Maybe not.
No, I think they were looking for a fight.
Yeah.
I think they definitely were.
Were they drunk? Were they,
Sure.
being, I mean, like you said, it was a mob mentality, like a couple of them start, heckling and start, getting after this guy, and all of a sudden,
Yep.
he tries, I mean, at some point he is kind of moving away from them at some point, and they are kind of following him, and
Right.
yelling at him, screaming at him, and the guy starts talking about, oh, he's looking for little girls.
Yeah,
He's looking
I
for little
think
girls.
that's-
It's like, and then he turns around, he's like, what the hell?
And it looks like he gets confronted by another woman
Yes, from a
Yeah.
different
from a
group.
third group.
A different group.
I
yeah.
think that's where it hits a point of no return, because you saw a woman get into his face like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? At that point, you can't go forward because you've got this woman from this group in your face.
Where's
you
he
can't
gonna
go backwards because you got the mob of kids behind you. You're screwed.
And what I can tell from the video is that he's not lunging at people.
No.
He's not going
He's
around.
literally standing.
He's
in one
standing and stabbing whoever comes to him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know that we're taught in like self-defense classes or CCW that you can use lethal force anytime that you think your life is in danger. So let's say that what that means is, okay, I'm 5 foot tall, Haas is 7 foot tall. So if a 5'10" guy is coming at me and he's beating the crap out of me and I think my life is in danger, he's banging my head in the concrete or whatever, I can shoot and kill him even if he doesn't have a weapon, because I
Right.
thought my life, his body was a weapon. Now, a 5'10" guy comes up to someone like you who's 7 feet tall, you have a completely different argument in that you would have to prove that you're afraid for your life of
Sure.
somebody who's a foot and a half shorter than you.
Sure.
So it's not fair across the board. It's not just everyone can or can't defend themselves. It's whether or not you thought your life was in danger. And if I had 13 people around me in water or not trying to beat the shit out of me,
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, I don't see. So he is on trial for first degree murder.
And attempted murder also for the other 4, right?
Yes. And I mean, I don't know if is it Michigan or Wisconsin?
Mhm.
I don't know if the judge will let them like barter down those charges, because there's no way he's getting first degree
Oh.
murder. That's impossible.
Yeah,
you
it's
wouldn't
premeditated,
think.
right?
Yeah. Well, they're trying to say that he premeditated it from the side of the other side of the river. That like he saw those kids and was going to
No,
go
that's
cause
not-
trouble.
That's
Oh,
not
God,
what happened.
no.
And so if they can plead down to something like involuntary, not maybe involuntary manslaughter, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the whole situation is so sad. And I just wish that parents did a better job of teaching their kids, because I teach my kids this all the time, is to be aware of escalating situations.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You're not dumb. You know when shit's getting real and you need to get the fuck out.
Well, and you don't know anybody's situation on any given day.
Right.
I mean, it's like a road rage situation,
Yes.
It's like you think, oh, this guy's on my tail, for whatever reason, I'm going to brake check him, or I'm going to slow down really slow, and ha ha ha, it's so funny, you don't know what that guy's got going on that day. Like we all saw falling down, right?
Yep.
Like you don't know
Yep.
like what's going to happen next. So, I mean,
But you got to
It's-
teach your kids, because nobody taught me this. And I was always the one like, let's get hype, let's get more ratchet,
Yeah.
let's set something on fire. So if it were me and I was 16, I'd have been right in the middle of all that,
Sure.
because I didn't care. But with my kids, I'm constantly teaching them, whether you're at a mall, whether you're at dinner somewhere, whether you're in a car, you need to be paying attention for escalating situations, and you need to get out. Because I think that the kid that died was not even one of the like major ones coming at the guy. It was like, I mean, he was in the group, but it was kind of wrong place, wrong time. And it's like if that kid just sort of walked away.
I think that part of the problem is, because I know this would have been me in that situation. I certainly wouldn't have been one of the people egging this on.
Right.
But had I had my back turned and then I heard a splash and I turn around and let's say you're in the water
Mhm.
and everyone's going, he hit Kelly. Well, he's going to fuck around and find out now.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
And I would have jumped in like those guys did.
Right. And so here's
Because that would have been how it would have been presented to me is that dude just hit my friend.
which, I mean, honestly, I don't see how the guy taking the video is not culpable somehow in this.
I think he 100% is.
I mean, he's like a freshman in college now, but for him to say that, it's like yelling fire in a movie theater or yelling
100%
rape when
Yeah.
you're not being raped. It's,
You're escalating the situation
Oh,
by
absolutely.
saying that he's trying to molest the girls around you.
yes,
Right.
I mean, he caused a lot of this. He
Yeah,
really
he
did.
stirred it up 1,000,000%.
And so it's the whole thing is unfortunate. Teach your kids about escalating situations. I feel like enough parents don't do that because kids are nosy. They want to stick around. Oh, there's going to be a fight. I want to see. I want to see. No.
I also think kids, and I'll use the term kids, and we're talking about teenagers here. I think there's a sense of immortality.
Oh, very much
and-
so. That's what Becca just said. Yeah.
You feel like
It's not going to happen to you.
yeah, it's not going to happen to me. And like, I can do whatever hell I want. I'm just going to walk away from it,
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's not the case.
Yeah. Somebody said that nothing physical happened until he hit the girl. So the footage of him hitting the girl does not exist. Nobody knows because the camera was so shaky that whatever happened in that moment.
You just see her on her back in the river.
Was she on her back?
I mean, yeah, because it looked like he pushed her away and she
Right.
fell.
And that's what he's saying he did. But then the kids start yelling, he hit a girl, but they were also yelling that he was a raper 5 minutes ago. So it's
Right.
like, well,
Yeah.
I don't trust anything that comes out of those kids' mouths
No, not at all.
saying that he hit her, Gosh, that jury, man.
I don't think they're going to convict him of first-degree murder.
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't
But-
think there's enough for that.
I mean, had the prosecutor gone for lower,
Yeah.
they may have had a shot. But the thing
Yeah.
is,
I feel like if they'd have done manslaughter, they maybe would have had a way better shot
Yes.
of that.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
I think that they
There's no way that was premeditated.
Yeah, no.
no. I think that especially like the whole planning thing. He didn't plan on bringing the knife that day.
Well, I don't think that him planning to bring a knife
Mhm.
is a relevant argument just from the standpoint that if I'm changing my tire on the side of the road and I'm using a tire iron to change my car and someone attacks me and I'm going to beat him to death with the tire iron,
Yeah,
I didn't intend to use my tire iron as a
But
weapon, but I still killed a dude.
it was in my hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel horrible for the jury. Like I would not be if I were in this jury. I don't think I'd be able to sleep at night because on one hand you want justice for the kid who was killed because he didn't necessarily do all of the bad things that his friends did. Like it's just
I blame the prosecution on this because I don't think you can convict him of first-degree murder.
no way.
No.
Like if I'm a juror right now, he's not guilty
Right.
Right.
because that was not premeditated murder.
And so the jury has the case right now. They closed arguments today, and it is in the jury's hands now. So we are on verdict watch for this case. And
I feel like this is going to go down the way of OJ. He's not going to get convicted of murder,
Mhm.
but it's going to go to civil court and there'll be money involved.
Probably.
possibly, I'm thinking they're going to come back with not guilty.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
From
I
that
also-
video, that's not premeditated first-degree murder.
No, and the guy actually took the stand himself, which rarely happens in murder trials. So the guy took the stand himself, and I thought he seemed pretty credible.
Yeah.
I mean, the way you present yourself is can make or break with a jury.
For sure.
That's why Alec Murdaugh taking the stand was horrible, bad idea.
Yeah, that's different. This is a little different.
Speaking of Alex Murdaugh, I am going back to CrimeCon again.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to
nice.
CrimeCon. It's like in a month.
Is it in Florida again?
No, it's in Nashville, so I can drive.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
But they've released some of the speakers. Did you guys watch that Netflix show? What was it called? It was like something about Maya, something about don't forget Maya. So it was a big hit.
Okay.
Okay.
But they're having that girl Maya there.
Yeah.
Like John Benet Ramsey's dad's going to be there.
Huh.
They're doing what else are they doing? I don't know. I'm just really excited.
Cool.
Nice.
If you don't know what CrimeCon is, it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a convention of crime. And when you go there, the demographic is exactly what you think it would be.
40-year-old white woman.
Yes, it is like 40 or 50-year-old white women from the Midwest who think they can solve murders.
Yep.
And to me,
Thanks, internet.
the people watching is just unfathomable. Like the people watching is amazing.
It's immaculate.
And then I'm fascinated by good police work and I'm fascinated by bad police work. I'm fascinated by good detectives, bad detectives, good lawyers, bad lawyers. So that's why I'm not a crime junkie. I'm more of a court case junkie.
Have you watched the hatchet wielding hitchhiker one?
Oh, I think I did.
That's a really good one.
Wait. Oh yeah, that was on Netflix, right?
Yes. It's, I think, 2 or 3 episodes. Or maybe it was just like an hour and a half documentary thing, but it's really good. It's the dude who he became an overnight like sensation
Yes.
because he hit a guy who was going after someone else.
Oh.
And they later found out that he basically had gotten the dude high on laced marijuana.
Yep.
And that he himself also killed another guy like 6 months later. But like he was on Kimmel
Yeah, he
the
was
people,
like a hero. He
the
was-
people who do the Kardashian show had signed him to a deal to give him his own show. Like he was America's sweetheart for like 6 weeks.
Is that one
Wow.
on Netflix?
Yes, it's on Netflix. And he's a total burnout stoner skater.
Wow.
Yes.
And then he ended up killing another dude.
And that one, like the other one that just is the guy that had the bomb around his neck. Do you guys remember that one? He was like a
No.
pizza delivery guy,
Ooh.
and he went to go
Oh,
like, deliver
yeah.
a
I do
pizza or
remember that.
something, and
Yes.
it was something shady. He wasn't like completely innocent, but they put like a bomb around his neck and like put him in the middle of a parking lot with like a T-shirt on that said like, I don't remember what it was,
I remember this one.
and the police, thought that this was a plant for them. They thought that if they approached him, then that it was like a suicide mission, right? That,
Mhm.
Y'all watch a lot of different shows about people delivering pizzas.
so yeah, that one,
I don't have money to pay.
I don't have money. Why is there a hole in the box?
Right. I've seen that movie, the first 5 minutes of it 5 times.
Are they longer than 5 minutes?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense.
That was my pickup line during the eclipses. Hey, baby, there's going to be 4 minutes of total darkness, and I know what we can do for 2 of them.
Did you pick up anybody using that? Okay.
I was working. I have no game, Kelly. You know that.
Yeah, but you still do well with the ladies somehow. so-
It's feast or famine.
yeah, no.
No ladies or a monsoon of ladies.
All right. Yeah. From peeing my pants to stabbings in a river.
Yeah.
Next week I'm gonna take my medicine.
Perfect.
Maybe.
Maybe. I guess we'll see. Stay tuned.
Yes. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe or share the show. Also on Facebook, you can find me on social media at Kelly Manno. Oh, it's called Take Care of Maya. That's what it's called. It's something with Maya.
Ah,
Thank
Maya,
God.
like the singer?
No, it was like a little
I
girl.
think it's spelled the same, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's all. So that's our show for today. We love you guys. Thank you for watching, and we will be back. We don't know, maybe next week or the following week. We'll
Hey,
see.
squirrel.
Bye.
Bye.